How about a little walk before Daddy puts you in the bed?
Oh, goody.
The movie begins in 1936 Kansas at a funeral for Addie Loggins' mother. A stranger named Moses Prey stands by the grave, but he claims no relation to the family. Moses sells Bibles and happens to be driving east toward Missouri. The townsfolk spot a resemblance between Moses and Addie, same jaw, but he denies any connection. The Reverend pressures Moses to deliver Addie to her only living relative, an aunt in St. Joseph, Missouri. Moses reluctantly agrees, but first he makes a stop. He approaches a man named Mr. Robertson about the car crash that took Addie's mother's life. He threatens a lawsuit unless Robertson pays up. Robertson buckles and hands over $200, money that belongs to Addie. Moses pockets the cash. He buys new tires for his car and tells Addie he's putting her on a train to her aunt. While they wait, Addie reveals she's overheard the neighbor ladies gossiping. One of them claims Moses might be her father. Moses laughs it off, insisting he just knew her mother casually. What happens when a 9-year-old orphan figures out the man driving her across Kansas is a con artist and demands her cut? But Addie knows about the $200 and she wants it. Moses argues he earned a share for arranging the deal and lists every expense: the ticket, the food, the telegram. Addie drinks her soda unmoved and threatens to tell a policeman.
I want my $200. I heard how many you got, now I want it.
No, you just hold.
You took my $200.
Will you quiet down? You hear?
I want my...
Moses already spent the cash on tires, so Addie cancels her train ticket and sends a new telegram. The trip is delayed, but she's coming soon. Within hours, Moses is knocking on a widow's door, introducing himself as a representative of the Kansas Bible Company. He learns a man named Rudolph Morgan has passed away. Moses reveals the dead man had ordered a deluxe Bible with a woman's name printed in gold. The widow insists on paying the balance due. Addie watches from the car, already counting what Moses owes her. At the next house, the dead man's family is suspicious, but Addie steps in with a perfectly timed line about needing to pray for her mama. Her innocent performance softens the mood, and the family pays $12. Moses realizes Addie's presence makes the con work better, so he proposes a business partnership. Addie agrees, but only if she sets the prices. Moses refuses to let a 9-year-old call the shots. But at the next stop, Addie proves her instincts are sharper. They keep moving through towns, hitting one recently bereaved family after another. Addie's learning fast. By the next stop, she's adding $5 bonuses, and the widows pay happily. Their bank grows to over $300, but Addie wants to give money to the poor people they meet. Moses refuses. He says the whole country is poor. But Addie fires back. $200 of those dollars belong to her, and she can take a train whenever she wants.
$105.16.
Whole nother business giving it away.
But they're poorly.
The whole country's poorly, I told you before.
But Frankie...
Care about Frankie Roosevelt.
But he says it.
That's so? What'd you ask Frank?
Moses grumbles, but they keep working until they run out of Bibles. Every town they pass is another missed opportunity. Moses picks up a woman at a boarding house. This time it's personal. At a carnival, a ride operator mistakes Addie for a boy, and she's furious. Moses decides a new dress and hat might fix the problem and help the con too. But Addie has a better idea for getting money, her own change-making scheme. At a drugstore, she buys toothpaste, then goes to another counter and claims she handed over a 20, not a 5. The clerk protests, but Addie invents a story about her Aunt Helen writing "Happy Birthday" on the bill, and the manager forces the clerk to hand over the 20. Addie is furious. She's shoved to the backseat while Trixie rides up front. Imogen quietly reveals the truth. Trixie's dancing is just hip wiggling, and she charges men for her company. Imogen is 15, works for a promised wage, and has never been paid. Trixie is stringing Moses along, waiting to get everything she can.
Well, that's because you don't know everything.
What's the lady's name?
It's Trixie Delight. She's giving her a ride, that's all. Well, that's what you're always talking about, ain't it? Helping other people out?
Addie's plan starts forming. Trixie tries to charm Addie with coloring books and compliments, then delivers the real message. Get in the back seat and stop causing trouble. But Addie makes a counteroffer. She'll cooperate if Trixie sits up front quietly. Addie has no intention of waiting. She's already setting a trap. She tells Imogen that a hotel clerk named Floyd thinks Trixie is beautiful, then mentions to Floyd that Trixie thinks he's better looking than Dick Powell. Floyd is hooked. She arranges for Floyd to send Trixie a note suggesting a private meeting. Then Addie tells Moses that Trixie is sick in bed and wants to see him, but only in the evening when Floyd will already be in her room. She intercepts Moses at the cafe and sends him away. Then she delivers Floyd's note to Trixie, fetches Floyd, and sends him up to room 235. Imogen panics, convinced Moses will hurt the man, but Addie is counting on exactly that. She tells Moses to go upstairs, use the key, and don't knock. Moses bursts in, discovers Floyd with Trixie, and the con is over for her. He grabs Addie and walks out, leaving Trixie behind.
Ciao, dog. Ooh. I'm good. The key. Give me the key.
Hey man, he gonna kill us both. I just knows it.
Moses asks Addie to promise she'll never grow up to deceive men, and she promises. But the road isn't done with them. At a hotel, Addie spots a man with a thick roll of cash and a black notebook. She's convinced he's a bootlegger. Moses sends Addie to follow the man and find where he stores his goods. She reports back bottles in a bin out back plus a little shack. That night, Moses helps himself to the whiskey. The next day, he walks up to the bootlegger, introduces himself as a wholesaler, and offers to sell him bonded liquor. They negotiate 20 cases at $25 per case. Moses delivers the stolen whiskey that night. The bootlegger pays $625, never realizing he's buying his own product back. Addie is stunned, but as they drive away, headlights appear behind them, gaining fast. A car pulls alongside, and inside is a sheriff, the bootlegger's brother. He knows exactly what happened, and he wants the money. The sheriff has already searched the car and found the bottles. He threatens to take their car, arrest Moses, and put Addie in an orphanage. The sheriff knows the law: transport alcohol in a vehicle, and the vehicle is forfeit. He locks them in a room, figuring hunger and time will loosen their tongues. But the sheriff underestimated Addie. She asks to use the restroom, and the sheriff lets her walk down the hall. Addie runs. Moses follows. The deputy spots them and shouts,
"Oh, law. Well, Mr. Bootlegger, I don't need no law. Says all I need is just one little old drop. Just use a vehicle to transport alcoholic beverages, and said vehicle is confiscated."
They need to cross the river into Missouri, where the Kansas sheriff has no jurisdiction. They swerve off the main road, dodge a truck, and lose the pursuit in the dark. Moses knows every lawman in Kansas will be hunting this car, so they need to ditch it fast. A farmer isn't interested in swapping cars, so Moses makes a desperate offer: a wrestling match. If Moses wins, they swap. If the farmer wins, he keeps both vehicles. The farmer agrees, and a crowd gathers. Moses is not a wrestler, but somehow he holds on until the farmer tires. Moses wins. They jump into the truck and speed off, but the brakes don't work. They crash through a fence and coast to a stop, but they've made it. They are in Missouri. Addie counts the money, $837, just outside St. Joseph. Moses wants one last big score. He's found a wealthy old man who's greedy enough to fall for a silver mine scam. But the meeting goes wrong. The sheriff from Kansas has followed them into Missouri, and he's brought his brother. They drag Moses away, and Addie is left alone. Hours later, Moses stumbles back, bruised and missing his gold tooth. They took everything. All $800 gone. Moses has nothing left but a $10 bill he'd hidden for emergencies. But Addie, undeterred, immediately starts planning their comeback.
Almost you're all beat up.
Ain't nothing left.
For
$10.
emergencies.
What the hell we do with $10?
Little widow business. Must be lots of good towns around here.
Moses asks if she's ready to go to Aunt Billy's now, and she finally agrees. They find the aunt's house, it looks nice, and an uncle is on the porch. Moses packs her things and tells her to go. She hesitates, saying if she only knew for sure he wasn't her pa, it would be easier. Moses confirms he ain't her pa. Addie mentions other men who might have been, but none of them had her jaw. Moses drives her to the door and tells her what to say. A family friend brought her, car trouble, financial trouble. Addie knocks and her aunt pulls her inside with tears and lemonade and promises of a bath and a bed. Moses drives away alone, the truck sputtering down the road, and he doesn't look back. But Addie is already running down the road after him. She catches the truck, climbs in, and tells him she still owes him $200. She's not done yet. Moses can't argue. He drives on and Addie stays. They ride together down the Missouri road, partners, maybe family, definitely trouble, and this time, neither one is going anywhere. So is this the beginning of a beautiful partnership or a beautiful family?